Now, this is fresh in my mind because A, it's awesome, and B, it's awesome as well. So here we have...
Sega Classic.
Yes, absolutely not. The NES Classic, or NES Classic Edition, obviously, coming back, is back. Depends on when you're listening or watching this.
Were people mad at us for saying NES, or was that for the SNES version?
SNES Classic.
Okay, so we kept saying SNES or something?
Well, someone kept saying SNES. I never said SNES. I said SNES.
I think I said SNES.
That was your SNES.
But people were mad at me.
But it's funny because you can say NES Classic, and then you think SNES Classic, but you get all messed up.
I think it just sounds a little weird. That's why people don't like it.
Yeah. Well, NES Classic, I guess, or NES Classic.
And NES is the name in Earthbound, so...
Exactly. So it's basically his Classic Edition.
And SNES sounds like you're sneezing, like SNES.
Yeah, it's something weird. Anywho.
Anyway, SNES Classic came out a while ago, and now we're going for the NES Classic.
Yes, the NES Classic's coming back, is back, depending on when you're listening to this. So...
We should have had the Snake screenshot where he says, made you wait, huh?
Yeah, right.
That would have been a good thumbnail. I'm going to put that in the thumbnail.
Now, I am very excited for this comeback because I missed my... Well, I have one, but I wanted two so I can keep one closed and open one to play. And I had to get one after the fact, and it wasn't one that was $100 and something ridiculous dollars. It was actually maybe $10 more, but the idea to get another one would be great, not spend $100, even though they have come down just a little bit.
Yeah.
And people are still going to be like, whoa, why would you even bother getting this? Wouldn't you just get like a RetroPie and put 600 plus games on it and be done with it? But it's like, you know what, this is an official released item, so it makes it valuable, but it's kind of cool to have, and
it'll retain its value even later on, even if it's not the 300 it was like back when it first released in 2016.
Right.
But it'll still retain some value with a Raspberry Pi version with all these games on it. Even if you sell it at eBay, you might get like $40.
Yeah. Well, I've been interested in something like that because then you have a one and done. Not that I would never get the NES Classic, but just in general, like, okay, I can have a one and done for one TV. That way I'm not, my wife and I can play some old games if we want to. We don't have to keep switching out whatever. Yeah. And that'd be cool. Like, and if we're streaming some stuff, you have all that right then and there. You don't have to keep switching out inputs and stuff. So it just makes things easier. And having all those games, and you can have... import games, stuff like that all on there. So there's a reason to do it, but also at the same time, I do collect games, so I'm a collector. I kind of slowed down because it was getting to the point where you weren't playing games, you just kept getting games. And I feel like you should play the games at least, because you can just keep collecting till your heart's content, like off topic, but
unless you get like a boxed NES game that's never been opened, then you don't want to open that.
Yeah. That's an exception.
Yeah.
Obviously for that. But that's another reason why I wanted two NES Classics. One to never open and one to play with. And then, when you have kids and stuff, you want to kind of share your nostalgia with them. And I know it might be different for them because there's so many crazy games out there. But I think it's cool to like sit back and play these old games because they're well deserving of it. But anywho, Jonah, are you excited about this re-release of the NES Classic?
Excited? I don't know, just because I didn't get the NES Classic initially when I had the opportunity to get it.
You said you saw one in the...
Yeah, I saw one on the Walmart website early on, and it was like up for a good 10 minutes, but I was like, I don't really care. Because the NES Classic games are good games, but I just don't have much of an... They don't look that nice anymore to me, the NES games. Well... And I didn't really grow up on NES, so I'm not nostalgic for them.
Right. For me, it's like... I guess you can look at it like Atari. For me, Atari, like 2600... To me, there's some okay looking games on there, but I wouldn't... Nothing Atari excites me when it comes to something like that because I never grew up with the Atari. Like, I started with the NES, so I'm used to that versus just having some of the Atari games. But
and I had a lot of the NES games that were on the Classic Edition on my 3DS already.
Right.
So if the ones that I did want to play, some of the Mario games. But I wish I did get it just because it did blow up in price and I could have resold it like the dark side of the gaming spectrum. Hey, you just gotta do what you gotta do.
Well, you know, it's not something where it's like you're buying all of the stock. Like, you're not screwing the people that really wanted it just to make a profit. Like, you're gonna go out and maybe try to get 2, maybe 3, and just, you know, then that way.
Well, yeah, because I won't justify what I would have done,
okay.
but yeah, I would have only bought one.
You're like, truckloads. All of the stock is mine.
I would have only bought one, but it would be a dick thing to do to anybody that actually wants it. But, you know, I'm a dick. But I still have my SNES Classic. I didn't sell that just because I...
Have you played it? No, you have.
I have not.
You only have one, right?
I only have one.
Oh, so hold on to it. Don't open it.
Yeah, it's still sealed. I don't plan on selling it. I want to play it if I don't get another one eventually, because I might.
Yeah.
I might open it just because it's got a lot of cool games on there, and I do like SNES games.
I love my SNES Classic. I haven't played it in a couple weeks, but it's just. It's packed with so many great games.
Yeah.
And the NES Classic, I mean, it has a lot of really good games on it. I'm very excited for the Castlevania because then you can have save states and boom. I mean, obviously, people are like, well, you can do that with emulators. But it's like, listen,
I think you can do
I already
that.
talked about that.
I think there might be like eShop versions on the 2DS, 3DS of Castlevania with save states.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
But I want this one.
You gotta have it on the console, not handheld, bro.
Yeah. So anyway, okay, so we're recording this on a Wednesday, and it's coming out on the 29th, which is this Friday. So I'm going to ask the question because, the video is going to go up before then. So here's a little tip for you to get this. There's an app called the Tracker app that I use, and once it goes in stock, it'll send you a bleep, and then it'll let you know where it is, what it's going on.
Nice bleep bloop.
So if you missed it the first time you want to get this, I recommend logging into Best Buy, Target, Walmart. I'm not sure, like GameStop. There's
Jet.
I don't know what online that is, but we just looked at a list and it said look at that. So Jet. But make sure you're already signed in with that. All your credit card information is ready to go. I don't know how it's gonna go once it opens up for purchase, how many there are, because with online things, we know that some people put bots and like they're trying to order 4,000 at a time, stuff like that. So like immediately they cancel out. Amazon was very smart when the SNES Classic first came out for pre-order, and they set up like a false. What was it? It was like a weird listing.
They had a new listing that was like separate from the one that everyone was watching. And somebody tweeted it out, and then everyone's like, wait, all the bots are set up on this page, but the people that were real were actually paying attention to other links were like, oh, there's another page. That's where it's up.
And so
like a proxy page.
You actually gave people a chance to get one.
Yeah.
I think you got one, I got one. And it's smart to order one, because when it comes to something like this, you don't want to try to buy 5, because if
they might cancel it.
They might cancel it because they're going to try to give everyone a chance to have one. So limit to 1. This is supposed to be being sold to the end of the year. So if you get 1 and you wanted more, maybe 2 like we're doing, hold on to 1 and then play 1. You know, make sure that you just keep an eye out. But I would, just to be on the safe side, secure yourself 1, and then have someone else with another account, like your wife or significant other, whoever it may be, buy one on something else. That way you get, that's how you do it. Like I said, I did mention Best Buy.
Best Buy, GameStop, Target, Walmart, and Jet. Was that the only ones?
There, yeah, because Toys R Us would have been on.
Toys R Us
is on vacation.
Is their last day Friday?
I think it happened already.
Oh, last Friday.
That'd be hilarious if it's Friday and they just think the only thing they have in stock is the NES Classic.
All the shelves are empty except like the one in front that's just full of it.
How many stocks did you get? 2. Really?
You have to duke it out with this other guy that came first.
But anyway, GameStop's, everything from what I understand right now is going to have very limited quantity. What I was talking about was online.
Minimum of 10. I saw an article that said minimum 10. There was a GameStop reference to the article. So they'll have minimum 10 in stores, I think. And they'll have it online also.
Yeah. And then they're gonna ThinkGeek's gonna have them also online. But
And there's physical ThinkGeek stores also. I saw one in New York.
yeah, but the thing with ThinkGeek is it's gonna be very limited and it's gonna go fast, and they'll probably have it in package deals. So
Yeah,
which different tiers, which kind of suck. Sometimes
because it sucks. Because I don't mind buying something else with it if it's like something cool, but it's always just like something you'll never buy on its own, like a Tetris lamp.
yeah. Well, last year it was something cool. It was like a
Mega Man
a
helmet?
Mega Man collector's something with either a helmet or a blaster.
Yeah, but that made it like $230.
Yeah, it was something ridiculous. So be careful with ThinkGeek. I wouldn't use that as your last, or I would use that as your last resort. Excuse me. Yeah. So basically, what we're saying too is, in store, Best Buy, Walmart, Target, GameStop, and I would say, no joke, I tried lining up once and I got there at 4 a.m. and it was already, the lines were huge. So do yourself a favor and prepare to camp out. If you really, really want one and be on the safe side, I would camp out.
Bring the brass knuckles just in case you have to get in a scuffle.
Because Best Buy, what they're going to do is they're going to give out the tickets and stuff like that.
And I think Target, I saw the picture of a Target ticket for NES Classic.
Yeah, so
maybe
they'll do that. So it's basically, if you're online, that's how you get the tickets and stuff like that. And we don't know their quantity, so if there's 30, hopefully you're in that 30 somewhere. So, but anyway, and like I said, I use the tracker app. It gives off a little ding when something happens. It comes in stock. And yeah, you can set it up for the NES Classic and SNES Classic. And some other crazy weird stuff too, like Switch, different variations of the Switch, stuff like that. So it's a good app. Do you have that app?
The tracker app?
Yeah. You use Wario64.
I use Wario64
on Twitter. He's not even human. He's a computer that just magically knows when things are happening.
And I also use Cheap Ass Gamer, who does like the same thing, but like just in case like they don't, just in case they don't overlap. Someone might have it sooner. I have them both. And I also use a website. I forget what it's called, but it does the same thing as a tracker app. It sends me text notifications in case something is on. That's what I'm using for the Shonen Jump Famicom.
Oh, yeah.
Which has not come in stock yet.
Are you going to try and get one?
I'm trying to get one.
I would love that.
Yeah.
But here's my only grip with that one. It's Japanese only.
Don't play that shit. You got to keep that sealed.
Well, that's the thing. Like, if you get one, you have to seal it, and it's a collector's item. But you'll never... If you wanted to play it, you'll never be able to... unless you can read Japanese, understand it. But anywho, so... Yeah, I would use the tracker app and the things you're mentioning here. And honestly, just look at Twitter. We got Wario64. Even do like the hashtag NES Classic, because anyone tweeting about it's going to be doing that.
Yeah.
Last year we were mentioning the Amazon for the SNES Classic, how it kind of did like this separate thing. Actually, a tweet from IGN. Someone from IGN was saying like something about that weird link popped up or whatever it was, and that's how I found out. So as soon as I saw it, I just clicked on it, and it looked legit. No one was sure if it was legit. We just did it anyway.
It's like, you know what? They might get my credit card info, but I need that NES Classic.
So yeah, and good luck to you if you get one.
It's a battlefield out there.
Yeah, and actually, if you're listening to this afterwards or after the fact of Friday, let us know if you did happen to get one. Let us know your experience at the store, or either online or offline. What were you looking at?
You have like a kind of a green
I'm sick.
reflection.
That's fine. Don't worry about it. That's just my complexion. I'm green. I'm angry.
Oh, okay. I'm always angry. That's my secret.
So anyway, not to be rudely interrupted by this guy. Yeah, so let us know the experience that you had, and also, use these tips for if you don't happen to get them now, just keep an eye out. Like, always look at the hashtags, and also remember, too, there's a lot of Europe versions that are selling on Amazon Europe, and they'll ship to America. And I forget if there's any difference between the SNES one. I know the SNES Classic had a few different games, or an extra game or something like that.
Yeah.
Like one game was different. So, anyway, that's something to look into as well. And, but yeah. Jonah, any final comments?
I will be attempting it. I'll be tempted to get one. And let's see. I'll report back next week. See how it went. You know, how violent it was.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that people just don't care as much anymore. Like the idea of a mini console has already just been used too much. Like there's a Sega, there's Atari.
Well, like you said, here's my thing too. A lot of people that jumped on the hype of the first one, they weren't really collectors. They weren't even really gamers. A lot of them were just parents out of nostalgia and just jumped on it.
Also, I think it came out near holidays back then, so that was a big thing.
It was a big thing. So, but a lot of people, from what I understand and what I've been reading and hearing, is a lot of people bought one, played it once, and then that was it. They're just literally sitting on it.
They were like, "Oh man, I remember when I was happy as a child." Oh, that was
something.
Games are better now.
That was something. No wonder things got a little bit better in the gaming.
Technology is a thing, huh? Put that on the shelf.
Yeah. So basically, I mean, you have that thing going for you, but at the same time, there's scalpers out there.
Yeah, there's people that know people will pay a certain amount for that, like me. So
I'm not like that. I just want mine, and if I get an extra one, I'll give it away to somebody.
Well, this I'm keeping because I have my SNES Classic, and I need to have the Duo now
together.
Yeah, and then when the PS1 Classic comes out, I'll have all these three.
I can't wait for the PS1 Classic
because I've already announced it's happening.
This
official. You heard it here first, folks. Cartridge Blast exclusive.
PS1
Classic
Edition.
PlayStation will deny it. But we know.
I don't know. You heard it from him.
You heard it from us.
Us together.
We own this company.
Talk. Anyway, let us know in the comments below if you're looking to get one, happen to get one.
Oh, and tell us the story of how you got one if you get one.
Yeah,
on Friday.
Everyone has a story about it.
Yeah. Oh, also, I saw an article about how GameStop will be having a launch day sale for the NES Classic, where it's 20% off any collectible if you buy it with the NES Classic on launch.
What's
day.
A collectible?
Like their ThinkGeek figures and Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Uh-huh.
They have all the trading cards.
Could you ask for like another NES Classic?
It's not a collectible. I don't think so.
You never know. I consider it a collectible. Anyway, let us know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching and or listening.